What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Bitcoin Cash today. Shout out to the Dragon Riders and the House of the Dragon. You guys, we are sitting pretty at $433 little right now, aren't we? I'm going to pause the music. We're going to get into this right now. Yes. I just made a very long video. I did a kind of long-term analysis projecting the potential highs for Bitcoin Cash, where they could be, coming up with various targets. My most recent video, it was, let's see if I can refresh this maybe. No, let's go all the way back. There we go. Bitcoin Cash 69K this cycle. You can't even see it yet. It's uploading, but check out that video if you haven't. Looking at this here, this video is the main point is to talk about the short term. Okay, so $433 is what we're at right now. On a weekly basis, we're looking at the RSI. We are maintaining readings above the 50. I do think that we could go as low as, just below the 50, somewhere around there, kind of as we did over here. Even as low maybe as the 40, we could go somewhere down there. I don't think that we'd get oversold on the weekly RSI, and I genuinely, at this point in time, would be surprised to see readings as low as 40. I personally would. I think what's most likely going to happen with the RSI is when at any given time, whether it's this week or next week, which I would think it'd be this week, but at any given time in the very, very near future, if we see this RSI below the 50, we're probably at the low. We're probably very near the low, because my theory would be that the RSI dips below the 50 this week, probably this week, to find the low for BCH, and then comes back up. It bounces, it has its wick, and then we close the week actually above the 50. So the RSI reading will actually not even look like it was below the 50 at all. Just like these here, they close right at the 50, but these pivots happen at weekly closes. So at some point in the week, if you went lower, these readings actually would have been below the 50. Instead of looking like they bounce off the 50, they'd be, below the 50. And that's what I'm trying to get at now. Just like these low points here were below the 50, probably. The close point was at the 50, but the low points of the actual week itself were probably below. I would expect the same thing either this week or next week, but realistically this week is what I'm expecting. So look for that. If we see this go below the 50, that might be a prime area to buy. It might be a little relative signal. Just because it's below the 50 doesn't mean it can't go lower. Again, we could go as low as the 40. I wouldn't really expect that, but even if we did that, that'd be pretty damn bullish still. But so would a bounce right off the 50 area. Look what it did for us last time, right? Bounced off the 50 here, found our low. Went from a price of 169 all the way up to 720. It took a while, but I don't think this time will take a while. I think that we were accumulating, broke out, we accumulated some more, kind of like a post-breakout accumulation. We might do the same thing now, where we're going to be moving sideways for a while, but not as long as this. I don't think that it'll be as long as this. I wonder actually. I'm going to use this kind of metric. We'll see if it comes out to be anything. There's 53 weeks there. And we didn't break out here for 35. So 53, 35. What is 35 divided by 53? What's that? Calculator. Google calculator. Where you at? Calculator. And the price, or the amount of time, 35 divided by 53. That's what we want. 35 divided by 53 is 66%. So that number times 35, right? 23.11. So we broke out. I would say that we're in our range right now, right? Because we're still in this range. So probably with this week, right? Just like here, we took it. Arguably it could have been this week even, 36 weeks at that rate. Maybe it was 36 weeks. I don't know. We're going to keep it at 35 just for math's sake. 23 weeks. It could be sometime at that rate. 23 weeks would put us in August. That'd put us in August. I keep going back to July. It keeps going to 22. 23 weeks would put us in August, And that would be at the same ratio of a decreased amount of time that we've seen in the accumulation phases, of the consolidation phases, based off the last two phases. Now, could it be longer? Could it be shorter? Could it be longer than the last cycles or this last phase? Sure. Could it be that we're pumping this week to new highs? Sure. Anything can happen, but just based off of what we're seeing and based off of my own kind of projections, this actually makes sense to me. August sounds about right. that's when things will probably start to get moving based off of the Bitcoin halving cycles with crypto and the general markets as a whole. For crypto, not when I say markets as a whole, I don't mean stocks. I just mean for crypto. We tend to have a lull, a post-halving lull, for months. We just had the halving at April 20th. 3 months from there would be May, June, July. That's like the minimum that I would give it is 3 months, but it could be as long as 5 months, which would put us in September. And then this 23-week period here, based off of the rate of decay, I don't know what to call it, the decreasement. I don't know what to call it, man. The 35 divided by 53, based on that, 23 weeks, and maybe it should have been 36 divided by 53, and then instead of 23 weeks, it'd be like 24, 25 weeks, whatever. But sometime in August, at any rate, is what this would call for, at the continued sustained rate of decreasing the length of time that we consolidate for. I don't know how to phrase that better. Might be what we have to look forward to. Okay, but just because this is what we have to look forward to as far as time goes before we break out, does not mean that we're moving down that whole time, right? We're not going to be moving down this whole time. We're likely going to find our low, I think, this week or next week, but I really do think this week. I can't even say next week anymore because I've been saying this week or next week since last week. So I'm sticking to my guns. I'm saying it's this week. It's going to happen this week. We're at 434. The daily RSI looks a lot worse than the weekly RSI. It's kind of an inverse, right, where we are hanging out below the 50 for a large amount of time. The positive thing here that I can say is you can notice that we have no problem being overbought. You have a humongous problem being oversold. Bitcoin Cash is resilient, and that's what gives me faith that as bearish as this looks right now, this next drop down, which I do expect to be lower than this low, will be the last. I think that it will be the last, and I think that if we take this low here, obviously, if I take this low here to this high, the 1272 to the 1618 would be our target area, and that puts us between about 350 to 377, somewhere in that area. I personally do like this 370, let's call it 380 to 360 area. I really do like that a lot. I think that we will go somewhere right in this zone and then bounce up from there. We might not, form a higher high immediately. We might even reject and form a lower high again, but then form our higher low, kind of consolidate, get ready to move up. Again, we don't have to just move up in a straight line after we find our low, right? We don't have to do that. We can consolidate for a long period of time, and based off of what we've just seen relative to the previous two consolidation phases we've seen for Bitcoin Cash, the most relative previous two consolidation phases, a long period of time would not even be August, right? Longer than August would be a longer, that would be maybe not even long. It would be like normal for what we've seen on the last two. So what I'm calling for is a sustained amount of time to consolidate. I am calling for us to move down rather immediately as well to that probably 360 to 380 area with a heavy emphasis at like 370, 365. And then we'll just be consolidating at that point, man. For a while. I feel like I had something else I wanted to say, and I can't remember. I get distracted too easy. 4 hour looks disgusting. It looks terrible. It gives me the sad face. Yeah. We'll see, but you rejected your 60. You got above your 50. It looks like a strong kind of effort, but not really. When it counted, you showed weakness immediately. You not only that, but you also have a higher high in your RSI on the 4 hour. This high here lines up very well with this high here. That's a lower high in price. Higher high in the RSI, lower high in price essentially means you're putting in more work to get less results. That's not a good thing, guys. Less volume coming in on this upside. All the volumes coming into the downside. I bet we are going to move down soon, like today, tomorrow, this week. This week we're going to move down lower, and I think we will finally be done with this downtrend. It's going to be our last opportunities to buy Bitcoin Cash below $400 probably for the rest of the cycle, if not ever again. So just be prepared. Be prepared, man. It's exciting. It's very exciting. I know everybody does things differently as far as trading goes and investing goes. Whenever I first got into investing and trading, prices moving down, it didn't upset me, but it didn't get me excited. It's like, wake me up whenever we're moving up to new all-time highs, and that is exciting. The most exciting phase, don't get me wrong, is when we're breaking through the roof and we're exceeding everybody's expectations. Those are the best times, right? Like, genuinely, that's absolutely the best. But second to that, and it's right there. It's literally right there at second place, would be these opportunities that present themselves to set us up for those crazy, dramatic, bullish times, right? And I'm drawing it like this. It's not going to happen like this, but when the low comes in, I get excited personally, because just hearing that, thinking that we are about to have an opportunity below $400, this could potentially be, you guys, this could potentially be, and I like confidently, I say this pretty damn confidently, man, this week very well could be the last time that any of us see Bitcoin Cash below $400 ever again in our lives. That could be this week right now, and we have the opportunity to scoop some up. That gets me excited. I'm getting goosebumps. I'm getting goosies right now, mate. Like I'm you know what I mean? Like it's very exciting. And I'm not kidding. They're kind of going away, but maybe you can see them I feel like you can't. I can see them. I definitely have them. There's no lie. I've got goosebumps, man. I'm excited that we are about to see this dip come in at literally some of the best prices that we will ever see again. It's an exciting time to be in crypto. It's an exciting time to be in Bitcoin Cash. I got nothing else I want to say. Man, I keep meaning to do a video on the Jessica update, the Alba update, whatever it is. I don't know if it's Jessica and then they call it Alba because of Jessica Alba, or if it's an Alba update and they call it Jessica because it's Jessica Alba. I think it is Alba, and it's referenced to something. Let me just see real quick, because I looked into it a little bit. Alba, a wildlife adventure. Maybe I need to write it in. Romani versus Alba. I don't know, man. Whatever. That'll be for another video. I'll do my research and I'll come up with that. But for now, it's just TA, you guys, just TA. If you're looking for a good video on the Jessica update or the Alba update, this is what you do. You go to Bitcoin Cash Podcast. You go to these guys. Somebody hit the little door stopper, it sounds like. And you click on this, or Abla, not Alba, it's Abla. That's why, Abla. I had it backwards. What is Abla? I'm pretty sure that's the video you'd want to see. There's probably other ones too. Yeah, you see it says Jessica down there, Jessica, or Freedom Boy Jessica song. Maybe not. That might just be a fun video. But yeah, they've probably got other videos including that too, but they've got a lot of good videos. Just recently made one right here. I haven't watched it yet, but I'm going to watch it now. Looks like just a little fun, like what's that, Dragon Ball Z video. I don't know. Anyways, guys, I'm done. I'm out of here. Hit that like button. Subscribe if you want to see more. Thank you all for coming. I'll see you on the next one. Bitcoin Cash is going down. This might be the last opportunity to snag prices at these low levels. Potentially ever, man. Potentially ever. Like for any of us watching this video, this might be our last opportunity. So if you do want to get into Bitcoin Cash or you want to add more to it, opportunity awaits. It awaits, man. There's nothing wrong with buying at these prices either. Not financial advice. Not a financial advisor, but 434 when Bitcoin Cash in 10 years is worth $434,000. $434 will seem like a good price, and it is a good price, man. It really is. I think as long as we're below like 1,000, I mean, really, it's like a time machine to BTC itself, in my opinion, man. Like if you look at Bitcoin at 60K, and you're like, man, you ask anybody, like, would you buy it at $434.96, which is what Bitcoin Cash's price is right now? Like everybody would be like, yeah, that's an obvious choice. Of course you would. BCH is the better Bitcoin. It's just stuck in the past as far as price goes, man. It will catch up to the prices that we see Bitcoin have. Inevitably it will. I don't think it'll catch up to Bitcoin per se. I think that, it's more of like it'll be trailing it. But I'm just saying, if BTC can see a 69K price target, a 70K price target, I very much do believe BCH has that capability as well. Maybe not this cycle, maybe not even next cycle, but in the cycles to come, I would think potentially next cycle would be when we see those prices. But anyways, I keep trying to end the video and I just keep talking. So with that, I leave you. Take care of yourselves. Bye bye. See you on the next one.